Good evening. Well, it is such an honor this evening to be here, and I am also very humbled and blessed to introduce one of our excellent students from Davidson County Community College. Like at your institutions, there are students you encounter who will transform your thinking and empower you to work even harder to make a difference in their lives. Most recently for me, I had the opportunity to meet this wonderful young woman by the name of Ricsy Sanchez. I met Ricsy a few months ago when she spoke to the faculty and staff in a program that we offer on the Davidson County Community College campus in leadership. It's a leadership academy. She, along with a few other undocumented students, shared their stories of coming to America as children and being raised to have the same dreams for the future as their American classmates. Ricsy is doing what so many of her counterparts aren't able to do, and that is to continue her education. Even though she has faced unbelievable obstacles, her journey is one of bravery, it is one of determination, it is one of hope. I believe her story will inspire you as much as it has inspired me. So please join me in welcoming my dreamer, Ricsy Sanchez.
I actually thought I was going to be like too short, but it works perfect. Well, I'm so honored to be here tonight. I feel so special. Like Dr. Rittling mentioned, I came from Honduras 8 years ago, almost 8 years ago, and I didn't know English at all. And now, just standing here is just a big honor to be speaking to you all. I started high school when I was 11 years old and went through the whole process of learning English and then transferring to high school and start taking honors classes and then AP. So it was a very challenging experience, especially because you're not used to how the American system of teaching works. But I made it. I started taking honor classes. I got into National Honor Society and a couple other organizations. I took AP English, and that class was a life-changing experience. It was there whenever we started the application process that I realized how not having a documented status will affect me to get a higher education. My English teacher, Miss Poole, she was excited that I was going to apply to college and everything, and she told me, hey, Ricsy, you're going to apply to Chapel Hill, don't you? And I told her, no, not really. I'm just going to go ahead and work, just like my 4 other siblings did. And she asked me why, and I say, because my dad had an accident. At that time, it was like 3 years, and I just want to help him out. I want to go to the work field and work and help my family get money into the house, and that way we can all help him. But she actually looked at me and she said, that's not what you are here for. You're here to get a future. If you get a future, if you get an education, you're going to help your daddy in the long run. And so I did. And I applied to DCCC, and I was accepted right away. My sister cannot yet go to college because she has to pay out of the state, and it's very expensive. I was lucky to get some scholarships, and those are hard to get, especially whenever most of them just ask for a Social Security, a number that does not define anyone. It does not define me at all. It doesn't define what I'm capable of doing. When I was at the guidance counseling office, we were all, well, my AP class was applying for FAFSA. And the guidance counselor, she said, so Ricsy, do you have a Social Security number? And I looked into her eyes, and I was like, what is that? And she said, that's how you get your financial aid. And I say, well, I don't have one. And she said, are you illegal? She used that word. And it was at that moment that it really struck me, what it meant to be illegal in this country. I did remember crossing 3 frontiers. from Honduras to Guatemala, Guatemala to Mexico, and Mexico to the United States. To the United States law, of course, that's illegal. To me, that means coming to the United States and meet my mom. My mom left Honduras, my native country, when I was 3 years old, so I did not have idea who she was. I often just look at pictures of her and compare myself to the mirror and be like, is this my mom? Does she look like me? Try to look for similar characteristics. And I was like, I don't know, how can that be possible? Well, why did she leave me? And so many questions arise. But one day, she just gave me a call, and she said, hey, Ricsy, guess what? You and your sister are going to come to the United States. So I packed my clothes, my best clothes right away. I just went and grabbed everything, and I started crossing the 3 frontiers. I crossed from Honduras to Guatemala in a canoe. It was 32 people in that trip with me, and we all tried to balance the canoe so it won't flip over. And the reason why we were scared of flipping over, one, we couldn't swim. The other one was because there were crocodiles. And of course, you know, we could have died. Another experience that I remember is sleeping at the side of the road. We were sleeping there, and a vehicle was just going to stop, and everybody was supposed to climb as soon as you could. I was just 11 years old, very skinny. I was anemic because people that were supposed to take care of me, they didn't take care of me. So I slipped, and I fell. And I just remember somebody literally just grabbing me and throwing me in the front of the vehicle. And I just called that person my guardian angel. From there, we moved on to Mexico, and there was a part of Mexico where the grass was just very tall, and we had to sleep there and cover ourselves with plastic. And it was November, so it was cold, and all the humidity from the ground got those ticks to us. And I got ticks on my belly and various parts of my body. And my sister had to pull them away from me, and I still have the scars. And sometimes whenever I take a shower, I look at them, and they remind me of where I came from, or where was my goal here, of what I came to do here. Whenever we were there, the last frontier, of course, it was to cross the Rio Bravo, and I crossed. We were supposed to hold ourselves into an inner tube. I was 3 days before me crossing the frontier, I was separated from my sister because they wanted for immigration, I guess, to not look that we were related, and they just thought the process was going to be easy that way. So they told me that for no reason to say that she was my sister. So of course you had to do whatever they tell you, especially at that age. And so I crossed the next day, and I remember just putting all my little belongings into a bag so they wouldn't get wet, and I could like cross and then put dry clothes on. While I hold to the inner tube, a flip-flop just literally, like, I just let go of it. And I, of course, let go of the inner tube to grab the flip-flop. And again, that guardian angel just pushed me to get a hold of it. And I hold it as tight as I could, and I crossed barefooted, and wow, I was in the United States soil. That image of the first thing that I saw was not like the pictures I've seen of the United States. Was nothing like the New York Statue of Liberty. It was nothing like that. It was actually dry soil like tractor prints, and I walked barefooted, and I remember a big light shining. And every time, like, there were, of course, trees, and every time the trees covered us, the lights would go off. Whenever we came out, they would go back on. And then red and blue lights started to appear. Immigration police came over, and we just stood there. And they asked more questions, and since I was a minor, I was taken to a detention center. From there on, I could keep on going, telling the story, and I only have like 15 minutes. But from then on, they were trying to figure out who I was. And they showed me the picture of my sister. They say, look, this girl looks like you. She's your sister. Of course, they speak Spanish to me. And I say, no, that's not my sister. And the man say, are you sure? She's just identical to you. And I had to say no. And whenever I told my sister right after we saw each other in American soil, I say, sister, I'm sorry I had to say no, but that was the only thing. Just say no, because I was taught to say no. and sorry that I denied you. And she just looked down, and of course, it's stuff you had to do, and your sister understand it. And she did. She understood that I had to say that. And so I crossed, and I was lost. I was in a country that wasn't my own. And wow, I started there from zero, and not having a mother, not having basically anyone. One day, of course, I was sent to a home shelter, to like a homeless, not a homeless shelter, but a shelter that take care of kids. We went back to immigration, and out of nowhere, I saw like a lady at the corner, and I was like, is that the lady from the pictures? That's the lady that looks like me. That's my mom. And my mom ran, and she said, Ricsy, come here, come towards mommy. And she opened her arms to me, and I just ran towards her, and I was finally feeling mother love. I was finally feeling love from her, something that I never felt before. And it was hard. Of course, had to learn how to love my mom, how to love my family, because I had not, like I said before, I had no idea who she was. And of course, I did not choose to come. My mother made that important decision to me, and I don't regret her or ask her why. Why did she leave me at age of 3? Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be standing here. I feel very welcome to this country. After I learned English, I applied to college. I applied to Davidson County Community College. Wow, a life-changing experience. Now I'm the secretary of SGA. I'm the president of the Hispanic Culture Club, and I feel proud because of that. The staff at DCCC not only teaches, they are there to listen to me. Not only they don't see me as a student, but they also see me as an individual that I am. They take their time to actually sit down with me and talk about me, like what I go through every day. On my second year of college, I met Kat Drader, an awesome woman. She's phenomenal. She was the one that actually got me into Hispanic Culture Club, and I got it. And my best friend, Nisha, she also helped me to get into the SGA. So I've always been surrounded by people that care a lot about me and not about those numbers. Also, the Lexington Senior High School also helped me a lot. The Colonel Sergeant, the JROTC program was very helpful. Ms. Poole, as I mentioned before. And now I'm in that phase. I don't know what to do after college. A 2-year degree is awesome for someone like me who is like sharing this with you guys, that not everyone stands there and share their opportunity and say, I'm undocumented, I don't care what you say. But because to me, getting an education, that's what defines me, not those numbers. Whenever my dad had his accident, it's about to be 5 years, on the 11th of February, I saw that necessity of bilingual people in the medical field. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna be a doctor, and I don't care how much it's gonna take me to get there, but I'm gonna make it. Right now, I'll be graduating in May with an associate degree in science, and I wanna go transfer to Chapel Hill and study pre-med, and maybe specialize on fascial surgery for people that had accidents like my dad did. My dad went from from a coma to a bed, to a wheelchair, to a cane, to walking home again. So I believe that if he could beat death, I could beat any barrier, because I have everything that can get me there and make me a doctor one day. As I say, I have a fear. I have fear that one day I'm there at school studying, getting a degree, and the next day wake up in a country that I don't recognize anymore, wake up in jail. That happened to my brother like 2 years ago in 2010. He had living here for more than 10 years and since he was little. And of course, immigration police got him, detained him for no reason. And now he's living in my country, and I'm scared that every time I get a call from Honduras, somebody's gonna say, your brother's shot, he's dead, nobody knows who kills him. And that's the fear I go through, that something like that could happen to me. And it happened to him. And the day that he had to actually leave the country, he looked at me and he said, "Hey, Ricsy, I'm glad that I'm actually the one living because I know that I can defend myself. And if you stay here, you can become someone because you're heading there." And he was right. Here I am. They also wanted to deport my dad, but in his condition, and it was terrible at the time. And immigration police doesn't care. They don't care about what you have. And my friends and I, we were very happy that the DREAM Act was finally going to be put on a vote. And to me, that meant a lot. That meant opportunity. That meant being here without hiding, just coming out and say, "Hey, here I am. I want to do this. I want to do that." But we were 5 votes short. 5 votes from achieving millions of students just like me from achieving their goal. And deferred action was passed last year, but it's not enough. It's all up to states to give you licenses, and it's all up to the state to decide if they give you in-state or out-of-state tuition. Deferred action basically just give you a legal work permit, that's it. But yet, I struggle. I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning every day to fix everything for my dad. Then my mom, of course, has to be at work at 7, so she drops me at the college like around 6:30, and then I have class at 8, and now, of course, I'm very active with extracurricular activities, so not being able to drive around is stopping me from doing so many other stuff that I could do. This trip to California means everything to me. It is an honor. I'm honored to be here and being the first Latina to speak at this conference, the first person that comes from Davidson County in North Carolina, and this is a dream come true. I want to say thank you, not only for giving me this great opportunity, but because after 5 years, I will also be able to see my sister. After my dad's accident, my sister moved here. She actually moved to Las Vegas, and I haven't seen her since then. Whenever I was announced that I was the speaker, I was happy. One was because I'm standing here speaking to you all, and the other is because my sister this weekend, she's coming from Las Vegas to see me, and I don't know what I'm gonna do whenever I have her in front of me. It's 5 years, and I'm blessed. Harold H. Kushner stated in his book, "Forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess, except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will react to that situation." I cannot control the government laws or the state laws or any immigration policies, but I can control my future by doing the stuff that is right, by doing what I'm doing now. When odds were against me, I proved that I could do it, and I'm getting my associate, and I feel happy about it because most of people like me cannot go do that, but I can. And I know one day I'm gonna be in Chapel Hill, and I'm gonna be getting my doctorate and be the first one from my family to graduate from a university. Thanks everyone for not only having given me the opportunity to be here, but to take a little of your time to listen to me. I want to especially thank the staff at DCCC, Dr. Rittling, Kat Rader, Stacy Holiday, Susan Barson, and Christy, to my high school teachers, Sergeant, Colonel, Ms. Poole. Thanks DCCC and all the colleges for having organizations such as SGA and the Hispanic Culture Club that looks at you by who you are, not by numbers. Thanks for contributing and making me the leader I am today. I want to thank my mom for making that brave decision, for having lived me and her other 4 children and come to the United States. I love you, Mother. Thanks to my dad, because from you, Dad, I learned that life needs to be lived step by step, just like you did in recovering from your accident. I want to thank my siblings as well for their support, and especially thank you, God. Thanks for saving me so many times as I crossed 3 frontiers to come to this land, the place where dreams come true. Everyone has a dream. I not only have one, but 1,000 more. Thanks Achieving the Dream organization for allowing me to be here. What you all do for us is what gives students like me the strength and the courage to keep on going and fighting for our dreams. I still find myself searching for an identity. Of course, I'm not Honduran because I left my homeland, and I'm not American because I don't have the documents to prove so. But like Barack Obama stated when he passed the Fair Action, we are Americans in our hearts, in our souls, in their minds, in every single one, except one. On paper, I feel like an American. This is what I know as home, the place where our dreams come true. Muchas gracias.
Ricsy, we would like to give you a token of our appreciation for your sharing your story and for being with us. We have a plaque, we have flowers, and we have a check that's in the mail that we hope you will use to continue your education.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite all of the Davidson County Community College folks who are here this evening to join Ricsy on the stage. We'd love to get a picture. And I'd like to just say to Ricsy, you have 1,600 people in the audience who are now part of your family. And we hope you will always remember everyone in Anaheim who enjoyed so much meeting you and appreciate so much your sharing your story with us. Thank you so much.